Well, I think that a lot of what we do as far as discovering and verification of social media, I think it can apply to the NGOs that we've been working with here at Tech Camp. A lot of what we're doing is trying to find the most valuable, true information that's out there on the social web. And a lot of the NGOs that we've been working with are dealing with human rights issues or issues within their own community. So what we're trying to discuss with them are ways to harness this social media content and then use it within their own organizations to pass it on again to local news sources. So we're just really trying to help them be able to harness this new media. I think it's an interesting concept at the moment because a lot of traditional news outlets have trouble seeing social media content as a valuable asset to their broadcasts or their traditional print journalism. But I think what we're finding, especially out of isolated regions like Syria or Egypt, where the people on the ground have the best information and they have access to it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we're finding really valuable content coming out of those places. Nowadays, everyone has a cell phone with a camera on it, and everyone knows how to upload their own video content. So I think we're able to get that much closer to the story than we are able to get into a traditional news format. So I think what we're trying to do at Storyful is teach larger news organizations how to harness that information and pull it into their broadcast. So I think for us, the discovery of this content very early as breaking news is happening is one key element, and then the verification of this news content is also very important. So we're making sure that we're getting reliable information across to their readers. Particularly, I know there's a member of Amnesty International that's based in Poland who's here for the Tech Camp. So I think in the case of his organization, he's having access to people that are on the ground that are able to document, say, human rights abuses in their particular area. So their group can then go in and harness that video and pull it into their own formatting. So if they're creating a unique piece of content, they're able to use this user-generated footage as well and incorporate it into their own reports. So I think that's one aspect of it. I think a secondary aspect of it for some of the other groups involved is on a hyper-local level. So if they're seeing user-generated content coming out on very local issues, so whether it be education or environmental issues in their region, they're able to use footage that's being uploaded by users in their region. So I think it really goes across the boards. This citizen journalism that's being uploaded to social media sites can really be utilized by the NGOs that we're working with here. Yeah, I definitely think so. I think within our groups we're already coming up with some concrete ways to better the communication between NGOs and local media sources, but also better ways of sharing content that's generated by their groups. So it's almost like we're thinking of the NGOs themselves as citizen journalists when they're creating this content and showing them how to develop it better and send it on then to professional news organizations.